Well, France 24's Solange Mougin has also been covering this story for us. She joins me now on the set for more. Solange, obviously the arrival of this couple is a huge relief, not just for their family and their friends, but for all of France.
Yeah, this is the moment that they and their family have been waiting for nearly 4 years, or since they were arrested in May 2022 on espionage charges, which France has consistently maintained are false. So this is the end of the fear for their safety, of horrible prison conditions, of forced confessions, of the possibility of their being killed accidentally in strikes. And for France, it now no longer has any hostages in Iran. In 2023, there were 7 of them. So on the diplomatic front, this is the culmination of years of hard work, of back and forth, of pressure, of deal-making, even if such deals are often secret. Now, what do we know about their release? Well, we know that they left the French embassy in Tehran, where they had been under house arrest for some 5 months. They left early in the morning on Tuesday with the French ambassador, who also left the country. It took about some 8 hours by car in a diplomatic convoy to reach the border, and then around 4 hours at that border. Again, these are highly tense moments for the embassy staff where anything could go wrong. They then flew to Baku, Azerbaijan, as James was mentioning. They spent the night there before flying on to Paris, where they arrived just before 9 a.m. We also know that they were being helped and are being helped by embassy staff, by medical professionals who are trained in these sort of crisis hostage situations. And now the long work of rebuilding their lives, but also spending time with their family begins.
Indeed, and I don't think any of us can imagine what that work is going to be like. Solange, what more do we know about the timing of their release? Was there a deal made, an exchange made? Did it have to do with Trump's threats on Iran?
Well, the French government has never mentioned that there was an exchange deal. The French foreign minister, however, has acknowledged sensitive talks. He said hostage releases are classically held quite secret. However, we can look at 2 different things that likely played a role here. Okay, supposition. First, there is Donald Trump's imminent threat and the fear for France was that Cecile Kohler and Jacques Paris, they would be killed by the U.S. or by Israeli strikes. This is actually a fear that has fluttered around much of the couple's detention. When they were in the Evin prison, which is already known for its brutality, there were Israeli strikes on it in June 2025, and detainees were killed. So psychologically, that must have been atrocious. That fear lessened a little bit when they were moved to the French embassy, and has lessened for 5 months. But it returned with Trump's threats. So that may have helped speed up the release. From the Iranian regime's perspective, there may also be potentially a long-term calculation here on post-war relations. Again, this is speculation, but Iran could potentially be trying to take advantage of current divisions between the U.S. and France in regard to the war. Iran may be trying to navigate a sort of future post-war future, rather. And had Kohler and Paris been killed, it would have taken relations between Paris and Tehran to rock bottom. So that's the first aspect of the timing thing. The second is in regard to an Iranian woman, Madje Esfandiari. She is in France, and she has just been released from house arrest. She'd been sentenced in February to 4 years, 3 suspended, 1 not, for justifying terrorism online. And already when that case was decided, there were hints and rumors about a possible deal having been made. Officially, though, the Élysée says that her case is separate from Kohler and Paris's, however, there were hints that maybe this had something to do with their release.